So it's been a minute since we talked about Dustborn, the self-proclaimed wokest game in history, right? It was basically inspired by the election of 2016 where Donald Trump won the United States presidency. And there's an interview going around that was quite interesting. Literally, the dev opened up and said that he was completely caught off guard from all of the backlash and the hate that the self-proclaimed wokest game ever received. My ass. My ass. Really? You were caught off guard. I highly doubt that. So this website right here, this is off of actual gamer.no, and it's translated actually. So this was Norwegian. It's a long interview. It's a long article right here. There's lots of stuff to read through, but luckily our friends at that park place have actually summed it up in a nice little package on their website, which is what we're going to look at. So Dustborn, I still haven't played it. I only know like two people that played it, Hypnotic and Madam Savvy. They did the Lord's work playing this game, and this game has been a failure since launch. They couldn't even get like 100 people to play this. It's bad. This game was dead on arrival. But you could see the developers claiming we were never out to provoke, then admits gamers would react negatively to insertion of gender ideology. So if you gotta remember, this game had buzzwords in it, it had pronoun shit, gender ideology. It literally was like the wokest game out there. And again, it was all made through Trump derangement syndrome. So let's go ahead and take a look at this article and read about it. So Ragnar Tornquist, who's the CEO and founder of Red Thread Games, recently released Dustborn. This was like their big hit that failed, and apparently this whole interview was massive damage control. Because of course, when it flops, you're gonna blame the result on gamers, or you're gonna say you weren't aware, and you're gonna just kind of like twist out of it. So it says, speaking to Gamer No, Tornquist admitted that he expected there to be a debate over the radical political agenda he inserted into the game, but claimed he never set out to provoke anyone. So yeah, really, you're over here touting it as the wokest game alive in 2024, and you've seen the backlash from DEI and Sweet Baby Inc. and all this crap, and you're over here saying that you didn't intend to provoke anybody. So his quote was, "Yes, but we were never out to provoke. We just wanted to make a game with characters that are different. We didn't think it would be so controversial that a group would fight against a fascist regime. I don't think many people want to live in a police state, and our version of the US is by no means the real America." So if you aren't aware, it's like an alternative timeline America where 9/11 didn't happen, and it's like a weird socialist liberals wet dream, basically. Like they're imagining the world if it was their way. It's all stupid and it's retarded. And that's why people don't like that kind of crap. It's literally like a political wet dream narrative with ideology shoved into your face. Anyways, going on, it says, this does not appear to be true at all. In an interview with PSU, a representative for the game admitted that the entire concept for it came from Donald Trump's campaign for president of the U.S. back in 2016. The representative revealed the idea behind Dustborn's setting and characters was also influenced by a series of political events that deeply affected us all, beginning in the summer of 2016 and continuing into well today. So just like all the other wokies out there, they're blaming the way that politics are right now. Granted, the tolerant left are the ones that are intolerant, the ones that are out there marching and rioting and looting, and the ones that aren't peaceful. They hate the right wing grifters, so it's like they look for something to be oppressed and pissed off about, and that's what this game essentially was. They said, as game developers, we wanted to tell a story that felt relevant and thematically timely, with a cast of characters that could more accurately represent our player base and the setting, and to hopefully have some positive impact on the world, in addition to being an entertaining game. So this modern audience is their player base, but guess what? Your player base didn't turn out because your player base doesn't exist. Okay? For a reason, they think we're the minority, that we're the vocal minority. No, we're the vocal majority. The majority of gamers don't want this bullshit. They don't think the way that all of you weird political activists that cosplay as developers think. And that's the hard truth. I hope they learned after how hard this game flopped that they learned their lesson. Now, continue on, it says, Tornquist proved himself a liar when he was asked about the game, including gender ideology. He said the use of pronouns has become relatively established in games, and we knew people could react to that, but it was the reality we wanted to present. So of course they're going to put the pronouns in there. That's all the rage, and now they're even stepping away from that. They got body type A, body type B. So he continued saying, "We don't feel we made a game that's primarily about politics. It's more about language and relationships between people." And it said his forked tongue was also highly apparent when he asked if the game was satire. He said, "I think the game speaks for itself. It's over the top in many ways. It's colorful, inspired by comic books, has fight sequences against giant robotic mascots, and has a sarcastic view of the world. It doesn't take itself very seriously. Trust me, this is what they want the world to be like. That's why they made this game." And he said, "I hope people can see the game, understand that it's an alternate world, something that also applies to the story. The game may be a dystopian reflection of the world, but the story is not written for realism. It's done with humor, exaggeration. It's very much tongue-in-cheek. As noted above, a representative for it previously made it clear it was in reaction to Donald Trump's campaign for the President of the United States back in 2016. And the development team wanted to reflect that in the game through its themes." So then it goes on to talk about how Madame Savvy called it out and said everything in this game is based on manipulation. And, everything is about how their life has been ruined. And it's a world where they want to have everybody feel safe. It was like a really long tweet. She had a really long banger tweet, which taking a look at here in the article, let's click it real quick. It was like she single-handedly played this game. And, she just called it out, like taking a look at all this, like right here. She calls out that they had taxpayer player dollars behind it, that they basically wasted 4 years of development, and that the game sucks, essentially. Like, she tore them the fuck apart, and it was glorious to fucking see. And, basically, they said it's the CEO himself said it seems people twist everything we say with malicious intent. They create a narrative that Red Thread is corrupt and making propaganda. But the fact is, we've made a game we want to talk about and share with others. It's not for everyone, and they don't have to play it. So he's right. You don't have to play it. And guess what? People didn't play it, which is why it fucking failed, which is why it flopped hard as crap. And you kind of come across as sassy. A lot of these people gaslight. They attack the player base, they attack gamers, and then they want to know why, and then they play stupid and say that they have no idea why people basically hated the game, that they're completely caught off guard. And apparently he's worried about the future of the industry as well. No, if people step away from DEI and wokeness and political agendas, the future is going to be great. And just right now, as evident with 2024 and with the content that I make and others, there's a lot of people in here that are more worried about activism than making actual real good video games. So this guy's clueless. This studio is probably going to shut down in the near future. I mean, I think they spent a lot, unless they keep getting taxpayer money in Europe, which they're going to make their next flop, and they're going to continue, and it's going to be the same cycle over and over and over. Anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. And subscribe if you're brand new. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, guys.